Ladies and gentlemen, I finally did it. Okay, so let me start from the beginning. Earlier this year, I was trying to create a cheap and natural filtration system for the water in the pool, to get it from looking this green and gunky to nice and clear, swimmable water that actually looked appealing rather than, well, what it looks like now. So you have a lot of sediment on the bottom and algae that has been forming over the past couple of months. And so my plan was to put plants inside and filter the water by using air pumps, water pumps to move the water around, to pass it through rocks and gravel and so on. During this time, unfortunately, there was a dog who came here who was very thirsty and decided to jump into the pool, and he made a tiny little hole over there, which well, led to a big leak in the pool, which forced me to stop my experiment. It seemed that when the water had dropped to a certain level, the leak stopped leaking, basically. You could actually see over there how bubbles were coming up sporadically from that part of the pool, and those bubbles stopped. But during that time, I decided to use the water pump to evacuate some of this gunky water into this blue bucket drum cylinder thing. So I took this disgusting water, moved it with the water pump in here, and then on the bottom I put bricks, hollow bricks, such as these. So I put a couple of layers in the bottom, then I filled up with large stones and smaller stones and even smaller, and then until I got to this level, basically, where it's just gravel. And also from the bottom, there's a PVC pipe like this, the gray one, that goes from the bottom up to here. And within that, I placed an air stone, I'm getting it out, that looks like this. So the air stone creates a negative pressure. When I lower it like that, it creates negative pressure, and as you can see, it pulls up water from the bottom. So there's an elbow on the bottom that goes like this, and then the pipe goes straight up. The air stone goes down all the way to the bottom, shooting air up through the pipe, creating the negative pressure and circulating water that gets sucked down through the gravel, through the stones, through the bricks and everything, and goes back up. So it circulates like this. The plants are also here to consume some of those nutrients that are in the water that ultimately doesn't allow algae to grow, because algae needs nutrients. But if the plants eat all the nutrients, there's nothing left for the algae. Now, let me show you the before picture of what it looked like inside here when I had just assembled it and gotten it started. So you see that the level of clarity, you can basically not even see the brick that is there. You can basically see the top of the PVC pipe, but none of the gravel or the bucket underneath. Now, I'm going to block off the circulation so you can get a better view. The light reflection is causing a bit of drama, but here you can see, look at that clarity. And this has been running in less than a week and creating this clarity. So you can clearly see the bucket that is under the plants. You can see the two bricks that are stacked on top of each other, and you can see the gravel underneath. And have another look at the before picture, and you can see that there is a clear difference. So as time passes, the water is further clarified, and as the natural bacteria culture increases within the filtration system, which is the rocks and gravel, those bacteria will help to further filter and clean the water out, to the point where it's going to be absolutely crystal clear. Mind you, there's just one air stone here circulating this amount of water. I think it's about 200 something liters. So if this were a pond or a pool, you would put these vertical pipes like this, maybe 4 of them, put an air stone in each one, and they're all running on, let me show you, just a very simple air pump that runs on 25 watts. Depending on the size of the pond, you would need more or less air stones and air pumps. But let's say for the sake of argument that this air pump can easily run 4 air stones at the same time and circulating a lot of water. So let's say we get 2 of them running at 50 watts altogether with 8 air stones. That should be more than enough to keep a larger pond clear. And like I said, what's important is the size. You just scale it up. The bigger the pond is, the more water you have, the more filtration system, the more regeneration area you need to have with these type of plants and gravel for the water to pass through. But in short, it worked. And it works in Spain, in the south of Spain, where it's been really hot. And I've been able to not just suppress algae, but clarify this gunky looking stuff to this super clear, spectacular water. Let's have a look inside. Happy days, people. Happy days.